Hey there guys, EctoMaster here. As promised, a new weekly vlog for Monday, Ask Ecto. We're going to continue this. And I haven't gotten any questions yet from anybody, but remember guys, you can send me questions to containment.gaming84@gmail.com or leave a question down below. Any comment that comes through into the channel, I do see it. So if it's a question, I will throw it into like my hat or a hat or something, or randomly generate a number or something like that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But put it in there. I'll ask the question. I will save it for later, and we will go from there. So this week I'm going to pick the topic, and this topic. It is near and dear to the last video and to something to my heart and my love of things and all things awesome. So the question is as follows. Okay, I have been dreading talking about this. I have made 2 or 3 videos on this topic and have never released them. I'm going to release this now, and I need to get this out of the way. I really do, because I don't want to talk about this anymore. It gets me a little annoyed, so that when I have friends or people that I work with, why are you so upset about the release of the new Ghostbusters movie? I thought you'd be so excited for it. I can point them to the direction into this video and go watch my video, Ask Ecto, and you'll find out why. Of course, I've said I love Ghostbusters. It's my #1 favorite movie of all time. It has shaped my life. It is everywhere I am. There are multiple reasons as to why I'm against this movie. And none of them are for the reason that you would think. A lot of people look at this and go, you just don't like it because it's all women. Don't get me. Trust me, you're barking up the way wrong tree on this end. Now, shall I relate to you like my top out of all the Ghostbusters through history? In my top 4 who are in my list, #1 is Ray Stantz. #2 is Kylie Griffin. Ray because he's the heart of the Ghostbusters, and Kylie because she's awesome. I have nothing against female Ghostbusters whatsoever. What I have against this new Ghostbusters movie isn't the word women, isn't a female entitled cast. It is #1, the cast that they chose, but mostly #2, the big word known as reboot. Let's break it down for you, why on each one. So we'll go ahead and we'll break it down into questions. So question the second on this topic. So what do I have against the cast? Kristen Wiig, I really haven't seen any of her movies. I'm sorry, but I watched very little of Bridesmaid. Didn't find it funny. I haven't seen anything else she has been in, at least not to my knowledge. 2 of them are current Saturday Night Live alum, and I haven't seen either one of them. Although I have seen, well, I take that back. I've seen a little bit of each. One did the Justin Bieber thing on the Saturday Night Live 40th anniversary, and that was kind of funny, I guess. I don't know. I think it was really forced, and to be honest, the Jim Carrey as Matthew McConaughey was way funnier. That was much better. They should have just stuck with him. The other is the Leslie Jones, the one who's the big loudmouth, as I put her, because unfortunately she's been the one who's been most vocal about it. She's not funny. Little of anything I've seen her do, none of it has made me laugh. None of it has made me want to find out more about her. Don't care. Just really don't. It's not funny. #4, Melissa McCarthy. Unless she's playing Slimer or Stay Puft. Alright. Low blow. Because, let's face it, Dan Aykroyd ain't no lightweight anymore either. I've never found her funny. I've heard that she was much better on Gilmore Girls when she was still kind of getting into herself, and that she was really funny then. I don't know, never watched it. But the modern stuff, Identity Thief, Bridesmaids, Heat, Spy. None of it looks funny. And Mike and Molly doesn't look funny. And anything that I've seen her in, it hasn't been funny. Unfortunately, both her and Leslie Jones have both subscribed to the Chris Farley school of comedy. Chris Farley did some funny things, but I won't say he was the funniest. Farley subscribed, he wanted to be like Belushi, but Belushi, and this is how far back we have to go. Belushi was a big guy, but didn't use his weight as a joke. Farley started the whole use my weight as the joke. McCarthy and Leslie Jones both used their size and weight as the joke. And after a while, it's just not funny anymore. If you watch the original Ghostbusters movies, they don't use Harold Ramis's apparent tallness as a joke, or Bill Murray's awkward hairstyle as a joke, or any of their characteristics. They use their wits, their minds. Example, the scene in Ghostbusters when Annie Potts is trying to flirt with Harold Ramis, Janine flirting with Egon, and she goes, I play racquetball, do you have any hobbies? And he looks at her and deadpans, and is totally serious, I collect spores, molds, and fungus. That is his hobby. That was funny. I mean, I'm not laughing now, I still think it's funny. I'm not laughing as much. I've seen the movie a million times, so I know where the comedy's at. Or even better, when they first switch on the proton pack, if you watch them, both Egon and Peter slowly start trying to back away from Ray as much as they possibly can. It took me years to see that and get it, and I laughed my ass off when I finally figured it out. I was like, oh my god, they're trying to get away from him because they don't know what's going to happen. That was great. It was the subtlety. When you throw in people, oh, we're throwing in a bunch of comedians, that's not the criteria you need to be looking at. Oh, we're doing an origin story. If you compare, there's a video that talked about this, and if you compare it now versus then, if we were to do a video or the origin of the Ghostbusters now, we'd be meeting them back up in college, and about halfway through the movie, they get kicked out of the college after they become professors. No, we don't need any of that. Ghostbusters set it up perfectly. They set up the universe. That's where question number 2 comes into. Or question number 3. Question number 3. This is the worst part. And if I blew into the mic, I'm sorry. The absolute worst part. The word reboot is the worst word you can throw around in this whole universe, in any universe with anything. I have an idea. Let's reboot Super Mario Brothers. Wait for it. It's set in New York. Bowser is like a drug lord and a human trafficker. So he's human. He's not a dinosaur. Dragon thing. Princess Peach, her last name is Peach. We don't really know her first name because we don't learn it. Or maybe Peach is her first name, but we don't learn her last name. And they call her Princess because she's a stripper, and that's what she has as a skank. A skank tank? No, not skank tank. What's it called? The little the tattoo on her backside, just above her butt. That one. I can't remember what to call it. My mind is gone. She has that, and it says Princess inside of a crown. So that's why they call her Princess Peach. And Mario is a detective for the New York Police Department who is going after Bowser and his Goombas and is going to take them all out. Oh, by the way, Mario is actually the last name of the character. First name is actually Francesca Mario. She's an Italian woman or something like that, and is straight lesbian and actually doesn't have the hots for Peach at all. Because she's skanky. There you go. I just rebooted Mario. Nintendo, call me. Why not? Right? That's what reboots are about, right? Reboots are one of the worst things that you can put out there. Because look at Spider-Man. I thought Spider-Man, the first one was good. I thought the second one was great. Third one was a little forced. Was excited to see the fourth one, and then Sony decided to reboot it, even though they said, oh, no, it's a new telling of the story. No, it's a reboot. You're rebooting a franchise that wasn't even 10 years old. Good job. I got an idea. Let's reboot Harry Potter. Let's reboot Lord of the Rings. Let's reboot Wizard of Oz. Let's reboot Die Hard. Why not? We're going to reboot Terminator and just change everything in it. If you're going to take the established universe and just go, yeah, fuck it, throw it out the window, we'll start all over again. Let's reboot Star Wars and set it in the Old West and make Darth Vader like a German schoolmarm, and Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia are actually like teenage kids, and one's an Indian. Why not? I mean, if we can do anything, right? It's a reboot, so we'll just call it Star Wars. Why not? If you're going to be doing that, if you're going to take the established universe that people love, people know, and throw it out the window, that's what's going to make everybody angry. So everybody sits here and goes, oh, you're being misogynist because you're hating on the new Ghostbusters movie because it's all women. No, totally not what I'm talking about. Actually, if you read the comic book series that they just canceled, at one point, before Ghostbusters end up in an alternate dimension, and the Ghostbusters team is run by Janine, Special Agent FBI Special Agent Ortiz, I don't remember her first name, Kylie Griffin, and they pull a guy in from somewhere else. 3 women and a man. Man. 3 and 1. And 2 of them were already established in the universe. I read not a full fan treatment, but a fan treatment that would explain how this could happen in the current universe, but Sony wants to go with a brand new universe. And I know everyone's sitting here, well, what about the one with Channing Tatum? I'm holding back judgment. And I know you're thinking, wait a minute. You're judging this one harshly, but holding back judgment on this one. Yes, because they haven't said what universe it's in. If it's in the already established universe that Ghostbusters is in, I'm all for it. If it's not, then I don't want anything to do with it. That's not my Ghostbusters. That is. It's not. It would be like if George Lucas decided to make the prequels and had nothing to do with Anakin Skywalker or any of them whatsoever. It wasn't in the established universe. It was in a completely different universe. That wouldn't make sense either, would it? Same thing here. And then the director's gone on to say, well, I don't know what we're going to do with the theme song. Look, you don't need to feature the whole thing. Ghostbusters 2 didn't. They had a whole bunch of new songs for the new movie. They featured it enough. Video game, which is now officially Ghostbusters 3, featured the song just for a little bit. If you're not going to feature the same theme song, I have a request. Don't use the logo. Don't use the name. Call it something else. But it ain't Ghostbusters. And that's enough. This has gone like kind of part Ecto Rant, part Ask Ecto. I'm not down with the new Ghostbusters movie, not because it's not all men, or not because it's half men, half women, and not because it's all women. I'm not down with the new Ghostbusters movie because it's not Ghostbusters. It's not. That's all I have to say. I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Ask Ecto. Until then, see you guys next week. And don't forget, leave the questions down below. Send me an email at containment.gaming84@gmail.com. Send it there. Put in the title, in the header, Ask Ecto question or Ask Ecto. Put your question in there. I will take all serious questions, not just stupid questions. I will take all serious questions into consideration and ask them next time. And you know what? I'll even say it's fan questions, so I'll ask the fan questions. Until then, I will see you guys next time.